So hello friends, it's Miss Driscoll here, and I'm going to be showing you what you're going to be doing for your next big Soundtrap project. So listen super carefully, and also if you need to re-watch this video to figure out how to do it, and if you need to pause it, you can re-watch it as many times as you need to. So here we go. Getting started by first, please go to my Google Classroom. And so you'll go to my Google Classroom and then you'll find Miss Driscoll's music class and everything. And then go to your grade that you're in. I have this project for third and fourth grade, so you're going to go to the third grade Soundtrap composition project. That is our new assignment that we're working on. Soundtrap composition project. And this will be one of the last projects we do for the entire year. And so we're going to be doing this together and making it bigger and bigger and bigger each week. So we will do this little bit at a time. So don't worry if you don't get it all done in the first day because you're not supposed to. It's going to be something you do over time. Okay, gonna go to here on third grade assignments or fourth grade assignments. Please click the grade that is your grade. Please make sure you do that. When you go over here, you will find all the directions if you click on it. It'll say to click the link below down here for Soundtrap. Go ahead and click on that link. It'll take you to Soundtrap. You probably might need to sign into your Soundtrap Google account and stuff. And so I have that pulled up right here. And what I see is I already have some tracks in here. And that is supposed to be there. If you read on the Google Classroom, it says, "Do not delete these tracks. Keep those tracks in there." And that's because this is going to be the basis for your project. And what I included in here, and I recorded on my own just today, are some chords for you to play along with. So if you remember how we've been talking about a C major chord, or an F major chord, or a G major chord, it are just a bunch of notes that are put together that sound really nice together. I've already put chords in here for you. What your job is eventually, and what you're going to be working on in the next week, you're going to be working on putting a melody to these chords. Today, you're focused on creating your chord progression. So let me just play you what I have in here. You can hear the chord progression that I already made for you guys. Take a listen. Oh, wait a second. Oh, let me move it back to the beginning. There we go. Kind of easy, right? Then it just repeats itself. C major chord, or F major chord, G major chord, C major chord. So that's the chord progression I made for you. I made it of C, F, G, C, and then I repeated it again, C, F, G, and C. If you're like not sure which chord is what, it says it if you make your mouse hover over the little part of it. So I titled this C chord, F chord, G chord, and C chord. I also have these lined up. One track I did was sustain notes. I mean, all it literally just plays is literally this. Take a listen. Oh, if I moved it back, here we go. It plays a long note, and then it plays another long note, and then it's going to play another long note in a second, and so forth. That first track that I just made is my sustaining one. So you can choose if you want to if you just want long chords that'll just play nice and simple like that, you can pick this first one. Or if you're like, hey, I like this second one because it sounds rhythmic and cool and I like to jive along with it. If you like that better, you can keep that. Now, your task today is to figure out which track you want to use. Do you want the sustaining chords, or do you want your rhythmic ones, or do you want some kind of combo of the two? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another track. I just built one a second ago. So you're going to add a new track. I could care less. I'm just going to get this little piano track over here. I'm gonna get this grand piano track, and now I'm just gonna mix and match what I like. So maybe did I really like this kind of like did I like having both of these chords? Maybe I could, but maybe I liked this one. This one, boom, chick, chick, boom, chick. I'm gonna copy and paste. And the way I'm gonna copy and paste, it's actually really simple, especially on Soundtrap. If you haven't already learned that little shortcut, Control, so it's the CTRL, and then you also press the C key, C, and that will basically give you that will copy anything that you have. If you do CTRL this is on your keyboard. If you look, it's kind of on the left corner side of your keyboard, you'll see a CTRL button. That means control. Control V means to paste. So if I go to one of these and I click on, let's say, I'm going to click on this right over here, the C chord. I'm going to click, I'm going to do Control C, and then I'm going to go over here, right over here to this track right here, and I am just going to paste. And then I can move this wherever I want by clicking and dragging. So I'm going to take that C chord because I really like that, but maybe instead of going to an F chord, I want to go to a G chord. What do? I click, I copy, Control C, and then I go where I want, V, Control V, that's my G chord. So it goes C, G, and then maybe let's go back to a C chord. Just experiment. I want you to experiment with what kind of chords you like in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mute the other two tracks. And the way I mute it is I click this little mute button right there. So let's take a listen to what I have. Your goal today is to find a chord progression that you like. And you're just going to copy and paste from what I have made up here. And you're going to create a new track of your own. Maybe instead, let's say I didn't like how it began it because it was like too busy up here. I'm going to get rid of the C chord over here. And maybe I'm going to start with a sustained. I'm going to start with one of these sustained ones over here. I'm going to take one of those C chords. And then maybe I want to go to an F chord. And then I want to go into this fancy stuff. And then maybe you want to do that, then go back to a C chord, go to maybe an F chord. But what if I want to take this one, so I copy and control V to paste it. What if this time maybe I wanted it to be shorter? I want it to be shorter, so I can adjust the end. I can make it shorter. And so it's a little tiny piece. And then how about I go to a G chord really quick. I'm going to make that short too. All I do is I can click on the end right here, adjust end, and make it smaller. And then I'm going to land on that C chord right there. Let's see how this sounds. Maybe this will sound a little bit different. Let's take a listen. So I'm just going to mute these other two tracks because these are just the two tracks up there are for you to copy and paste from so you can make your own chord progression. So let's take a listen to this. You know what? I really liked making it shorter, so I can always click and adjust the end if I'm interested. Or if I wanted to stay on the C chord forever, I can loop, 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 loop this thing forever. Or if I really liked this entire progression that I made and I want it just to repeat, I'm just going to click and drag this entire area, Control C to copy it. Oops, sorry, it wanted to record at the same time. Sorry. I'm just going to click, drag. I'm going to hit Control C to copy all of that section, find out where I want to throw it, and Control V, and booyah! I have doubly the long section. So your job today is to focus on making a chord progression, make it as interesting as you want, mix and match chords to see what sounds good, because next week we're going to find a melody to go along with this. So please keep these two tracks up here, just mute them, but you're going to use this to help make your own chord progression down here. So this is that little intro video to kind of like get you started, and if you need to rewatch it to figure out what I did, you can rewatch this at any time. And so good luck on your making a chord progression, you guys.